Let's go over Solo, a Star Wars story when it comes to some of the reactions. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, the Han Solo movie is now just a week away from its release date. I know, I can't believe we're already here. And just a couple of days ago was the world premiere for the Han Solo movie directed by Ron Howard. And since then, we've actually been hearing a ton of reactions and different reviews on the movie. In fact, the tomato meter is now live on RottenTomatoes.com. It's been going up and down based on like 90 reviews, in around between 69% to 76%, and dropping back down to 72%. So it's going up and down, and it's going to be very interesting for sure to see how well it does once the general audience is able to see it. But looking at Solo, a Star Wars story, a lot of the reactions that we have been reading, which by the way, all of them will be linked below in the description, go ahead and check them out, one of which explains that Solo, a Star Wars story has a big surprise for hardcore fans toward the end of the movie. Now, Ron Howard, we do know that he wanted to insert tons and tons of Legends material. In fact, when he was at the world premiere, and aside from all of that more, we actually learned that Ron Howard threw in tons of stuff for hardcore fans in Solo, a Star Wars story. So one of the reactions for the Han Solo film is that toward the end of the movie, there's this big surprise that is all for the hardcore fans out there, that in their theater, fans were shouting, fans were screaming on the top of their lungs of whatever it is that they saw toward the end of the movie, I don't know, but Ron Howard threw in a big surprise specifically for the hardcore fans. Now, I'm not quite sure exactly what they mean by that. Maybe it's a reference toward the Clone Wars, or maybe something else around those lines. We do know that Solo, a Star Wars story has a connection to the Clone Wars, so it could very well have to do with something with that. Now, what's so great about, Disney Star Wars so far is that we do know that from this point on forward, they will be inserting a ton of prequel trilogy content as well as Legends material. So it could have to do with one of those two things. It could be a Legends material piece, or maybe even a prequel trilogy continuity piece that's inserted into the Han Solo film. Now, looking at all of these different reactions, so far the film seems to be mixed. There's a lot of, really great reviews out there. However, there's some people out there that are saying that the movie is slow at some points in the movie, and that it does take a bit of getting used to with Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo. It's also said that he doesn't really impersonate Han Solo's version, or should I say Harrison Ford's version of Han Solo. He just essentially does his own thing, and that you get used to it midway through the movie. The other thing is that apparently this is more of a Chewbacca story than that of a Han Solo story, surprisingly. This movie's more centered on Chewbacca, because Chewbacca steals the show in this movie. You would hear all of these different stories about Chewbacca here and there, all these violent stories, right? Like he's gonna rip your arm off. And apparently we do see a whole lot of that in this movie, that it actually is going to be geared towards the fans. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about Solo, a Star Wars story so far, from what you have seen in all the teasers, the TV spots, the trailers, the featurettes, you name it. To me, honestly, guys, it looks like a fun movie. It just looks like it's going to be a real fun ride that doesn't take itself too seriously. But the one thing that I am looking forward to in the future is, of course, the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.